Galatasaray are one of 5 teams in Europe that have a chance at a treble, their league, their cup, and the Champions League. With that mindset, we're going to Beşiktaş on Saturday for our second to last derby of the season, Serkan, against Beşiktaş. What do you think? What do you think about this game on Saturday?
It's going to be a very challenging game for us. I'm expecting a draw, 1-1.
A draw. All right. So this game, again, I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. We should not even be playing this game. Liverpool, when they play yesterday, so they were off today. They'll be off tomorrow. They're off all the way till they play us on Monday. Not us. We're going to play Saturday, then play 3 days later. Thanks, TFF. We really appreciate it. But we've got to play the game. And the fact that we do have a chance at the treble, that we didn't play 7 players that started against Juventus. Abdul Karim didn't play. Sanchez didn't play. Lamina, Torreira, Osimhen, Icardi, Shalai. They didn't even travel. They weren't there. So that's how confident Okan was of playing a mix of youth, bench, and a couple veterans in our cup game. Today, Beşiktaş went with their entire normal starting lineup to play in the Turkish Cup because I feel, and I think you do too, and their coach apparently said as much, that they're prioritizing the Turkish Cup.
Turkish Cup over the Turkish Super League.
And they felt, I think Galatasaray wants to win the Cup too, but we're able to leave 7 starters at home and win, whereas they had to use their actual starters and play. So there's one advantage for us, I think. Our starters didn't even travel. So they're going to be fresher than Beşiktaş's players. Abdul Karim has had 2 days off in a row for the first time in his Galatasaray career. And Okan is very good at derbies. Now, he's really good against Fenerbahçe, not as good against Beşiktaş, but he's still good. He's still good. I'm fine with a draw because Fenerbahçe dropped points last weekend, right? And all that's going to matter is really when we play them on whatever day it is, the 25th or the 26th of April, at home, you win that game, you're champions.
Right. I'm kind of glad that TFF is not postponing our game on Saturday. We got to get used to playing twice a week. We got enough players on the bench, so we have no rights to complain about it. So I'm glad that they did not postpone it.
Yeah, it could have been.
Maybe it's just me. I don't know.
It could have been on Friday.
Yeah, maybe. But we have enough players on the bench, so there's no need to complain about it.
We do. We have a wealth of players, Serkan. So that being
That's how
said,
we won the Euro Cup in 2000. We played, and sometimes we played 3 games in 10 days. That was like back in 2000, 1999. So I still remember those days.
Oh,
I just complain about it.
There were no delaying games back then, were there?
Right. We'll do our best.
So I'm excited about the game. I think it's going to be fun because Beşiktaş is better. What's the name of their new striker they got from South Korea?
Oh,
what?
Oh.
No, the name of the striker.
His name is Ho, right?
Oh, so his name is O.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
So he's actually pretty good, right? He's no Osimhen or Icardi.
Looks like it. It looks like a passionate guy.
Yeah. And so Beşiktaş does have some dangerous players. Was it Salih Özcan, Abraham?
I like their right back, Amir Murillo from Marseille. So they got him this year in the transfer window. He made a great goal today.
Yeah. But he had 6 goals like in 2 years for Marseille. So I don't know. That might be the only goal he gets.
But I don't think we're going to give him that much space.
Right.
He had plenty of space in front of him. So he made a run and just made that goal. Beautiful goal.
And so Beşiktaş is on an 18-match unbeaten streak. But to start the streak, they lost to Fenerbahçe. So the only good team they played, they lost to. Now, they beat Göztepe. Now, Göztepe's good, but they're not like, they've had their struggles like everybody else below, like third place in the Super Leagues had. So this will be the biggest test that Sergen Yalchin and Beşiktaş have had. And so now we drew with them at home in the first half of the season. So we are at Beşiktaş. They have good fans. They're not as good as us. They don't make the same noise we do, but they'll make some noise. But is it going to be a more intimidating environment than what we played at Juventus?
Maybe similar.
Right. But nobody's going to be like awed by the stadium after you just went and played in Europe extra time, right? So I think that's a benefit. The lateness of these type of matches, I think, lends to more success in these type of big matches.
Right.
So the fact that we are playing in the Champions League. So for me, the key to this game, it's not Osimhen, it's not Okan, it's Barish. Which Barish will we get? Will we get the first Juventus game Barish? If that's the case, yeah. If we get the first half of the Turkish Cup game on Tuesday, Barish. That Barish Tuesday, wasn't that better than the Barish we had on Saturday?
Barish has been playing good for a while.
I know, but he plays
He made
good,
a goal and an assist in the second Juventus game.
But then he plays good, then he plays great. If we get the focused Barish, I think we're money. Because that Barish makes good passes. He makes good runs and good passes. Crazy Barish, who just doesn't think and just uses his body, makes great run, terrible passes. This Barish is using his brain. So he's like Sane with his brain, but Barish's body.
He's never good with his passes. Barish is not that type of guy.
Well, now he had space, but his pass...
He takes powerful shots.
Tuesday was good.
He makes good runs, dribbles well, but he's not a good passer.
All right, so let's talk about what we think about the starting lineup here, right? So, because we have options now. Not like last time we played them. We
go position by position.
All right, so we'll start Osimhen, that's for sure.
Why don't we start with the goalkeeper?
Okay. It's Uğurcan.
Uğurcan, it's obvious. Right back.
Well, I don't know how healthy Shalai is.
I think we're going to go with Boya. Because so? Boya is regaining his form and fitness. And personally, I will take a fully fit Boya over Shalai any day.
What about Singo?
Singo is not going to play. He's not going to play right back.
All right. Now, you know my favorite thing about Bowie playing again? It's this. I like this goal celebration.
We know what he can offer. At least that's what we know about Boya. But I'm not dismissing Shalai here. He's a very versatile player that can play in multiple positions. And considering that we're not fully satisfied with the performances of our wingers, Shalai could be a great backup or a strong alternative for the wingers, maybe.
Could be, but again, he did not come to Alanya because he didn't want to come. They held him back because of something that's happened. Just
right. So I don't think he's fully fit, and I don't think he's going to be able to play in the next game. So maybe we're saving him for the Liverpool game. Who knows?
So Boy, Sanchez, Abdulkarim, Jakobs. Yeah, because Aaron started on Tuesday.
Right.
Then Lamina Torreira. All right. Now,
and Sane.
Sane number 10?
Nope, Sara
number 10. All right, Sara. Now wings. We have lots of choices.
Barish, he's kind of like set in stone on the left wing or the right wing. Well, he's going to play right wing, right? And then we have Lang, Yunus, Sane. Can he play the left wing? Maybe he can, but I think he's going to be on the bench.
Well, you know what I kind of enjoyed watching in the second half? I'd like to see more of this Sane Lang together.
But Barish performed so well on the right wing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Okan is going to cut him from that position.
Sometimes the form you're in matters more than how well regarded a player you are. And
Right.
Barsh is playing great right now. Sar is playing great right now. Bowie's playing great right now. So they should play. And here's the good news, right? If something isn't working, we have people we can change
We
now.
got a backup. Lions' ability to cover several positions is a real luxury. He can cover the right back, left wing, right wing, even attacking midfielder. Even sometimes he plays right behind his striker.
I mean, the fact that we have Ilkay Gundogan on the bench, like, think about this. We might start this game with Ilkay Gundogan and Leroy Sané on the bench. If that's not a Champions League team, I don't know what is, baby.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you think a draw? I think we can go in and win. I think that's what we're going for. Because Okan, just like in that first Juventus game, Okan knows that Fenerbahçe has so many injured players that if he gets past this game, then you have Beşiktaş here next weekend, which we should be a favorite in. Then there's only Fenerbahçe at home left. The league will
we'll go to Trabzon.
Yeah.
And Göztepe too.
Yeah. I'm not worried about that.
Don't underestimate those teams.
We're Galatasaray, baby. We're Galatasaray. So I think we're going to go in looking for the win. I think we can get it too. Because I don't think you want to be like Liverpool. You don't want to lose a game going into the Champions League. You want to win going into the Champions League.
No. It's going to be a tough game for sure. But we have plenty of players on the bench. That makes me happy. If it doesn't work, we'll always have a backup.
I want to change the saying that May is ours. I want it to turn to like spring is ours. So we're just going to take March, April, and May. Ilkbahar. It's all ours.
Are we going to save some players for the Champions League game? I guess that's the question that we need to ask. Maybe he's going to play Sané and put Lang on the bench. I don't know.
I don't think he will.
I wouldn't do that. No.
I think he's going to play who he needs to play. They've got IVs, they've got vitamins, they got cold baths and saunas and protein and everything else. That just play those games and worry about it later. If he needs to rest some people and sub somebody, you can do it with Beşiktaş here.
Right.
But you need this game and you need Liverpool because, again, the UEFA police have come out and evil Turkish fans, us evil Turkish fans, we're not going to get to go away to Liverpool. Just like if you had a Turkish last name at Man City, we're going to delete your ticket because you're a troublemaker. Because your last name is Yilmaz. I'm telling you, they're all against us. Everybody's against us. All we can depend on is ourselves. A pack of hungry lions because everybody's against us, Sarkhan.
Well, I guess the board sent a letter to UEFA and asked for, I don't know, there was a letter that we sent earlier this morning. We asked for something.
We probably asked for clarification and proof.
Maybe. I haven't watched the news today, so I don't know.
Like I read the thing that said other incidents. Yeah, like what? What are these incidents you're talking about? Like Fenerbahçe went to Nottingham Forest and tore all their chairs up. I didn't hear about them getting banned from anything. Isn't that kind of weird, right? So it's going to be exciting. It's a big game. Big game. We can draw and we'll still be in the lead. But we want to win this league and go into this Liverpool game with authority, baby. Authority. Because we are Galatasaray. It's going to be fun, Serkan. It's going to be some energy on Saturday. So drop us a comment. What's your score prediction? Are you like me? You think we're going to win? Or are you like Serkan? You think we're going to draw? None of us think we're going to lose.
What is your prediction? You didn't say the score.
Oh, I think we win 2-1. I don't think we'll shut them out. I think we'll win 2-1.
Okay.
That's what I think. So let's get this done, Galatasaray. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up. If you really enjoy us, subscribe, and then hadi, in Cimbom.